109-85. The Kings lose to the Nets. Tonight on Valentine's Day, they move to 22-37. It's a loss. It's okay, though. I still saw plenty of positives. We'll get into that. Shout out to the Nets. They had lost 11 in a row. They had to win this game. And guess what? All the role players, they hit shots tonight. They hit tough shots because the Kings arguably were playing good defense. Anytime, again, 109 points. Take that with a grain of salt. The last 3 minutes, you put bench players in and you kind of run up the score. Honestly, it was about like 98, 99. Anytime you can hold a team under 105, that gives you a great shot to win games. If the Kings continue to play this way, they'll have a great chance to win numerous games with this new group. I'm not worried about it, honestly. Even though they lost, it felt like a different loss only because of how they played and how they were getting the quality of shots, right? They missed a lot of open shots. We can talk about the 12 assists, but the fact of the matter is that they missed really open shots, which is indicative of Sabonis and is indicative of how Fox is playing after the trade. And the ball's just rolling. It's moving. There's flow to the game again. It's nice to watch. But what did I say that worried me about whether or not the Kings will make the play-in? I still think they will, but it's coaching. And tonight was very, very apparent what happened. Sabonis never really got a true rhythm to the game in terms of offensively for himself, right? But you can't really take away Fox and, no Sabonis, no Fox, no Harrison Barnes. Like, you got to be able to have these staples on the floor. And we'll get into Harrison Barnes in a little bit, but 4 of 11 from the field for Sabonis. Whether you want to call that him being way too unselfish, as a head coach, you got to put him in more positions to score the ball. I also want to say that the refs are god-awful tonight in terms of contact. They allowed a lot of contact that should have gone the Kings' way, and those are the type of plays that could shift momentum in so many ways, right? How's everybody doing? I see the comments coming in. I'll address you guys in a little bit. Just want to get my thoughts out real fast, right, before we break down one play that I really enjoyed tonight, which it was actually very similar to my favorite play from last game. It was the exact same set. We'll get into that. With Sabonis, again, a little bit of him being too unselfish and a little bit of Gentry really, he has to do a better job of putting them in a better position offensively to get more buckets, right? Harrison Barnes, something that Matt Barnes said that is something that I've said for a long time is he blends in, right? He blended in tonight. He only took 9 shots, 6 points, 0 attempts from the free throw line. That to me is the biggest thing, right? Where you have these types of games where you need to get to the free throw line and you can. You've been super consistent all season, but tonight when your team can't hit a bucket, whether it's wide open or not, you got to be able to get to the bucket, and taking 9 shots is just not enough. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Justin Holiday, 32 minutes, 7 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 assist from beyond the arc. He had a lot of good looks tonight, man. And he hit that shot, which, again, is my favorite possession of the game. They were down by 19 points, I believe. We'll get to that. You know what he's going to give you defensively, and it's going to be hard-nosed basketball, fighting through screens, giving his body 110% of the time. That's what we like to see, right? And then we saw Dante DiVincenzo come to life in terms of at least defensively. He's still not shooting the ball well. 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. He hit his first shot, which was good. 8 rebounds, 12 points, 27 minutes. He's nice. I believe he's going to end up starting once Gentry and the coaching staff, kind of settle in, right? It's a big thing because even though the Nets were playing to get no excuses, even though the Nets had I'm not gonna say G League players. That's disrespectful. They had a lot of good role players out there. They were on an 11 game losing streak, and they had just lost to the Kings. And it's so tough, believe it or not. And honestly, check the stats on this for a team to be. And this is more of a back-to-back stats because I saw the Clippers and the Rockets. I'm still on the press game show, on the post game show. Um, I have it in the background. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, that teams typically don't lose twice like that. So I've seen just a recent example. Clippers Mavericks. You saw the Mavericks cover. I think they won by 8 or 9 points the first game, and then they faced them again a few days later, and the Clippers beat them. Like it's not easy to beat a team like that, back to back per se. And the Nets just lost to the Kings. They remembered that, right? And it's one of those things where if you're super competitive, they had two of the new pieces, which is Andre Drummond and Seth Curry. Seth Curry just played out of his mind. Seth Curry always plays out of his mind. And again, I want to point out that travel. You cannot complain as a basketball player, as a hooper, when you know you damn traveled. You traveled back from Europe, back to Chile and Argentina, and all the way back to Brooklyn, brother. Like, come on, man. Just put the ball down and go to the bench. You should not be complaining about those types of things, man. But he killed it, though. I mean, he 10 of 18, 3 of it from beyond the arc, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Had a hell of a game. But Andre Drummond in the paint had a great game. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 4 of 7. Very nice debuts for them. Bruce Brown had a hell of a game, right? 19 points as a starter tonight. And then who else killed the Kings? Aldridge, right? 19 points off the bench, 8 rebounds, 8 of 11. Extremely efficient. Those are really good role players. At one time, LaMarcus was a legitimate star. Like, really, really good star in this league. These guys don't forget to play basketball. They don't forget how to play basketball, right? You're going to have those nights, and unfortunately for Kings fans, this was one of those nights. Andre Drummond, he's been an all-star in the NBA before. Whether he deserved it or not, he played at an all-star level that year he got selected, and he's more than capable of having big nights like he had tonight. He played very efficiently. He played within the flow of their offense, and that's that, man. Again, takeaways, Barnes blending in with this team at times. He needs to be more aggressive. Same with Sabonis. You got to be less unselfish, and he had a lot of shots that could have been fouls, did not call it. Same with De'Aaron Fox. Same with Harrison Barnes. It's one of those nights, man. I thought the flow of the offense was good. Like, it was good to me, right? De'Aaron Fox tonight, 9 of 18, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 26 points. Good game for him. He had good moments. The biggest positive for me was his defensive intensity. He was really, really good tonight. He was really, really good tonight. He had moments where Seth beat him. He took some chances, right, when he tried to steal the ball. He didn't. Seth stopped on the dime. He hit that three-point shot. But he was playing very aggressively, very, very focused, locked in, and you just got to give him credit for that. Like, you truly do. That's, a leader of this team trying to set the tone, and that's what we always want Fox to do. We always ask for him to be consistent on that end of the floor because he's more than capable of being that guy. And tonight, he had very good moments. Again, it's not about the results, man. It's about the process. You're looking into, obviously, you want to make the play-in and potentially make the playoffs, but this is momentum that you're trying to carry into next season. When you have a full off season together, like they haven't had a practice together, you have to think about those things. Like, I get it, 2-0, you're excited, but it's really my job to really highlight the logic out of all this. And as a matter of fact, let's get to it, right? And it's on this play where they were down 81-60. It was after an awful call from the refs, challenged the play. Rashawn got that block. Don't know why in hell they still called it a goaltend, but whatever. So they come out of the timeout there, right? Nice little ATO here. Davion Mitchell brings the ball up the court. He gets a nice pick there. There is no roll. Was really like a pick and dribble handoff, right? Which then they're still on the strong side, right? Which then leads to a fake, I believe. Was it? No. So it leads to another dribble handoff, which then Dante DiVincenzo flashes to the middle. We saw this last game, and it ended up in a Metu dunk. Here, I think the Nets know what's coming, but the most beautiful thing is if you see the eyes of the defenders, they're looking at the action here, which is why I always say, if you have movement on both the strong side and the weak side, you're going to get quality shots. Why? Because the defense has to communicate. When you're just standing around, you are letting the defense off the hook, right? And you just got to love it because there is movement all over the place. So Dante, obviously his first read, because of how his body's positioned, is on this side of the floor with Davion Mitchell and Metu. But as you see, look at Rashawn Holmes. He sees the cue. He sees this guy with his head turned around. I can't really see because it's not that zoomed in. I think that was a kid from Pepperdine. But he sees that. What does he do? He sets a nice back screen here, right? Nice little flare screen, here. And Dante makes that read, doesn't like it. He pivots back to the other side because he knows what the play is. They went over this in the pregame with them, regardless of them not having a practice. This is the ATO pretty much after a timeout, right? Because it was a challenge. Technically, it wasn't a timeout, but we can call it an ATO. And then he pivots back the other way, and he has the right angle to make the pass, and it's just a great look, man. This is just great basketball. Movement on both sides of the floor. You saw a lot of that tonight, and that's a positive. Again, it's not about the result, it's about the process. And I really enjoyed the Kings getting quality shots tonight. And this segment of our film session is brought to you by Valley Tire Center. Right now, they're having great deals, y'all, on Cooper tires. Arguably the best tires on the market, in my opinion, and they will hook you guys up. All you got to say is that you heard it here first on the CK platform, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. It doesn't matter. Shout out to Valley Tire Center for always believing in the Cowboy Kingdom Basketball Zone platforms. We thank them so much. Let's go to the comments. Let's go back to the comments. Let me address you guys real quick, man. Hard to make shots when the refs take away your momentum and frustrate the hell out of you. NBA rigged, Bengals covered. Yeah, the Bengals did cover. Man. I had the Bengals I had the Bengals plus 10.5 in the first half for 100. Hit that. Regretted not putting more. I hate when I do that because tonight I got slammed, right? And then I also have the Rams plus 3.5 when they were down by 4, pretty much in the fourth quarter. Everybody thought the Bengals would cover at that point. I didn't think so, right? I put 400 at plus 150, so I cashed in 600 plus my 400. So it was a profit of $700 for the Super Bowl tonight. Got slammed on the Kings. I had them plus 5.5 or $500. Didn't hit. It's okay. They'll make up for it I think against the Bulls. They're going to cover that game. I truly believe that. I don't know what the spread is, but it is what it is, right? Fox and the only one who showed up tonight, Dante and Davion showed up defensively. Nets hit some tough shots for sure. Yeah, they truly did, man. Like Dante was very good defensively tonight. And I want to talk about someone. Oh yeah, Rashawn Holmes, right? 22 minutes, 4 points, 6 rebounds. I see a lot of the slander of Rashawn. It's normal. Kings fans are extremely emotional about it. He's adjusting to a new role. There are a ton of new pieces, a lot of moving parts. I'm not worried. When they're all set in stone, his role off the bench will be crucial. It's going to be critical for the success of this team. I truly believe that. And at times, you're going to see the combination of Sabonis and Rashawn Holmes because defensively, it makes a lot of sense. You just got to give it time, man. It's 3 games. And still, Rashawn is still trying to come back from a lot of things, not just the injury that he suffered earlier this year, which was his eye, but, as his mother put on Twitter, he's going through a lot personally. And, I knew that in terms of why he was out. I think it was the game when the trade happened. He was out for personal reasons. A lot of people thought, oh, well, there's a trade coming. The trade wasn't coming. We understood that as, very close cousin that passed away. Rest in peace. Prayers go out to the Holmes family. So there's a lot of things going on that we truly don't understand as fans sometimes. So just be courteous and just think about the fact that these are human beings, that they're not like superhumans that don't have any issues or problems just because they make a lot of money. Like, they are humans just like us, and they go through a lot of things, and we can talk about that all day long. But this show is here to talk about basketball. But it's important to acknowledge that and to really, really highlight that because it's really important. Okay, so we need to trade Mo Harkless. Again, Mo Harkless to me is not a starter type player, but when you surround him with more talent, he's gonna be just fine. Like tonight, what did he finish with? 1 point, 2 rebounds. Again, that's part of being a role player, and I want people to just lower their expectations. Just because he had 17 points last game, or I don't know what it was, you can't expect that every single game, man. There's a reason why certain guys are role players and certain guys are stars and certain guys are great role players, right? Like, to me, Harrison Barnes, 6 points, that's disappointing. Mo Harkless having 1 point is not disappointing to me. Like, it truly isn't. Because at the end of the day, he only played 18 minutes, right? Because Dante played 27, Mitchell played 26. So whether you want to start them for ceremonial reasons or for matchup purposes, whatever the case may be, that's how you have to look at it if you're a Kings fan, right? He played 18 minutes, whether he comes off the bench or not. Like, yeah, I get it, he started. But the bulk of the minutes came for Davion and for Dante. And both Davion and Dante, I thought, had good games. Whether, they didn't have great shooting nights, although Mitchell had a very good shooting night from beyond the arc. He was 50%. Anytime 50%, that's pretty damn good. 36 from beyond the arc. But 5-14, not great, not good. It's in the middle. That's fine. We'll take this game, though, every single time. 13 points off your bench on 50% from beyond the arc and great defense. We're going to take that. Same with Dante. Great defense, right? 12 points, 8 rebounds. He does the little things to win games, which is what he understands. It's creating these championship habits. He was part of a team that just won the NBA championship, and he was a big part of that. Whether or not he played in the NBA Finals, he was a starting shooting guard on a championship team. Okay, and I expect him to start. If it's not next game, probably not next game, but soon. Maybe after the All-Star break, once they get some practices under their belts, it's gonna be just fine, man. It's about the process, not the results. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Mr. Prime said Mo was under 8 at the half. Easy cash. I see you, boy. I'm gonna become a ref so I can get paid millions to throw a game. Harkless is need Kojo. Sloppy play. Hopefully they ready against. See, I don't think it was sloppy, bro. Like, I don't think it was sloppy at all. They just missed shots. I truly believe that. Now, do you like the starting lineup with the Harkless? Who would you start if you were to change it up? So yeah, so if it was up to me, I would start Dante and Drew Holiday. Sorry, that's Drew Holiday. Justin Holiday. So Justin Holiday, Dante, and Fox with Harrison Barnes and Sabonis. That would be my starting lineup. Shots not falling, but they really played hard on offense and defense. Starting Dante and run Barnes at the 4. Agreed. I like Dante to start over Holiday too. The refs were awful. The Nets were on one tonight. Yes, they were, bro. They really were. John makes me mad. Like, he gets so lucky. Facts. Yeah, everything fell in for them. The whole Nets team was getting lucky all night, and the Kings would get a stop, and then the ball would bounce the right hands of a blessed player. Yep. Why did the Kings lose by a lot? Simple. They didn't make shots and that's dead, bro. That simple. Seth Curry should stay with the Kings. Not talked about a lot. What the Kings should have kept. I wonder why they didn't pull Leonard Jones. Drummond needed to get a big body in there. That's just fall tonight. Yep. When Gentry took Fox, Sabonis, and Barnes out of the game, I couldn't believe it. If I can say that wrong all the way from Australia, surely the assistant should have told Gentry, "What the F are you doing?" Right, right, and that's one of the big things to me. It's you can't have you can't take these dudes out, all of them at the same time. Like you gotta stagger one in. Like you have to have one of those guys in at all times. Like this team's not that good to have one of those three guys because at least one of those three guys can get their own shots, right? And to me, that's a huge problem. Again, if you haven't liked this video, make sure you smash that like button. It really helps out the algorithm. The rest are like Nets can go -12, right? Can't lose 12 in a row. Again, that spread to me was just so crazy. I was like -2.5. I'm like, is this a setup game? Is this a setup game? And it wasn't a setup game because the Kings actually again their ball movement was fine, and the 12 assists again that's the result, but the process was there. The cutting was there. I know Alvin said that the cutting wasn't there, but the cutting was there. It's just they miss shots, man. Like just give them credit. Who's talking now? Oh, Fox is talking. Let me see what Fox got to say you know, guys saying that, Brandon's asking that the ball wasn't moving, you know, say Fox said we got a little bit stagnant, but I'm with Fox. Like you can't win games if you shoot 34%. It's not that the ball movement wasn't there. Again, I disagree with my brother Brendan on that. Love Brendan, and I think everybody wants to identify or correlate bad shooting with lack of ball movement. That's just not the case. That's just not the case. It's just a matter of them hitting shots, and they didn't hit shots. Sabonis at the exact same time said, and Fox literally in his first comments pretty much alluded to that. So it truly comes down to whether or not you hit a shot. um, yeah, again, like he said, they were much better on the defensive end. Guys were talking. I agree 100% with Darren Fox there, man. Gentry and the Kings could not make the right adjustments too many times. Curry came off the screen too many times. Alders was wide open from the mid. Yeah, it's a great point. Fox got to become a better playmaker. It's kind of hard when you miss shots. Again, you're looking at the result, but you got to look at the game. Honestly, bro, like you do. Um, One thing I noticed, Sabonis would always drop off switches, which is why I believe Gentry gave more minutes to Holmes, who would set up. But then they started rolling and getting easy buckets. One of his weaknesses for Sabonis is just his defensive ability. He's not there. Uh, he's had good moments, but that's not his strength, right? And you have to find a way to complement that. Barnes was walking in that first quarter on both ends. Harkless was horrible defensively too. Yes, he was. Harkless was horrible tonight defensively. That's why he played 18 minutes. Um. Oh yeah, Fox locked up. Yeah, when they lost that goaltending, yeah, that was crazy. Yep, big picture stuff. I love Fox scoring lately, but he has to become a better playmaker again. I just addressed that. That's why I think he can make a run like the name of the team besides the Bucks or Heat with better on-ball defense than us. Yeah, we had it down to 1 point, then Curry went off. It's those moments where you're down by one, you see the momentum shifting, you gotta call a timeout. You got to call a timeout. Period. Metu is too inconsistent. He makes really bad decisions. We really need to upgrade at the four. You have options. If he continues to shoot the ball badly, you have guys like Josh Jackson that can step in, play a little bit of defense, give you that spark. Jeremy Lamb hasn't played because ankle issues, but that's a guy that can create his own shot off the bench. So expect that as well. To downsize and pretty much play wings, which is the direction that you're probably gonna head in anyway. I like Dante a lot. He needs to get his feet under him. Had a couple air balls, but made a lot of it back with his defense. Correct. Nick, what's up, my brother? Leo, I'm very confused. Why, when we chasing the score down the stretch, we play Harkless? The guy basically is horrible on offense, and when we give up, we play Davion, which is very confusing. Coaching. One thing that worries me about this team is coaching. The Kings could not hit a barn tonight, and they had a lot of open shots too. Just missed them. 100%. Edward. You know it's a bad day for the Kings when they miss layups. Facts. It's Doug's team now. Doug Christie to the time now. Sorry. Not sure why Sabonis barely played this game. Yeah, he had. What do you have? He played 26 minutes. It's unacceptable. Do you think Land or D. Jones should have taken Drummond, taking pressure off Sabonis? No, because the idea here is again thinking big picture, right? Which is you got to acclimate Holmes and really solidify roles on this team. Holmes is your backup center now. So whether or not you like it or not, you have to roll with that, man. And you just got to give it time. Like it takes time because you're adjusting to a bunch of new guys. You have a bunch of new faces on this team. I really appreciate you chatting with us online instead of Valentine's Day and all the time, bro. All the time. I appreciate you. And again, if you guys don't know, man, the gender reveal was yesterday. It's a boy. The reveal was super funny because it didn't go as planned, but all we can do now is really laugh about it. If you guys didn't watch it on all social media platforms, we posted the video. My brother accidentally grabbed the thing and it fell, and it was tough, man, because I was warming up, ready to hit the biggest shot ever, and it is what it is. I'm just super excited that we know what the gender is. It's gonna be a boy, and again, keep us in your prayers, man. We're super excited for this new journey. So yeah, it's awesome. Um, Lucky Gizmo says I hit you up on IG. I want the hat. Okay, perfect. I'll send you that ASAP. What's up, Kings? No matter what, yes sir. Uh, Blazers beat the Bucks tonight. That's what I'm saying. Like I literally tweeted this out. It's called the Super Bowl hangover. Most of the favorites tonight, betting wise, lost. It's crazy. It's crazy. Uh, that boy finna make the league. Any games in mind? Buddy B. Buddy B. No, we're not calling him Buddy. I think the vast majority want to call him Leo. My name is Leonel, right? Leonel, Leonel. But I think my wife and a lot of the family want to call him just Leo. That's the biggest suggestion. I've been, for years, like 3 years now, I've loved the name Kobe. Love Kobe Bryant, right? Um, I would like to call him Kobe because I don't know if they want to like let me in terms of my wife and I. We're talking about it still, but I wouldn't mind Leo either. And then one of my other favorite names is Malachi, right? It's biblical. I like the name Malachi. I like Kobe Malachi Biaz. We'll see. In Spanish, it's Malachias. So I like the name. I do. Vince says, Colin, we're not going Collins because I'm trying to go hoop and just de-stress after this loss. Because I lost that damn money I won yesterday. But you win some, you lose some. Just a Super Bowl hangover. I should have known better, right? But it is what it is, man. Like I felt good about the bet, and sometimes you lose some, man. That's part of the game, right? All good, Leo. You were making those shots yesterday. No doubt you would have made it. No doubt, bro. Appreciate you, my man, Jay Ram, Jeremy. Appreciate you for attending, my man, and giving me those rebounds, brother. Means a lot. Um, really thought Sabonis would have more tonight. Bad bet. Me too. I lost I lost 600, really 500 on plus 5.5, and then before the game I parlayed them with the Warriors. I don't even know what the Warriors are right now. The Warriors are down 9-2. Wow. Again, don't be surprised if it's a crazy night. Think about this, right? Kings favorites lost. The Wizards, they were favorites probably, right? Let me see. Yeah, they were favorites. They covered. Okay, 3.5. The Thunder beat the Knicks, bro. The Thunder were plus 10 and they won the game in overtime. That's crazy. That was like plus 300 for the game, right? The Bulls, wow. Damn, I slipped on the damn Bulls, bro. Like I had them like minus 150. Should just slam that line. They ended up covering the game. Like it was super close down the stretch, and they just exploded probably like the last 3-4 minutes, right? DeRozan scores 40 points. Makes a lot of sense. The game was, what was it? -3. So they came back and just fixed, just evened it out a little bit there for the favorites. The Blazers beat the Bucks 122 to 127. I think the spread was 11, right? -11 Bucks. So the Blazers were plus 11. Again, even more of a dog than the Thunder, and they won the game comfortably, right? Then we had the Raptors and Pelicans. Again, Raptors were favorites. What was the favorites? -3.5 Raptors. They had to win by 4. They lost by 20. So, actually, no. They lost by 30. They lost by 30 points. What the? Who scores for this team? Scotty played. Everybody played. What am I calling out tonight? I'm going to call him out 23 points, efficient, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. It's just, yeah, it was just like across the board a very good game. Ingram had 10 points. Herb Jones had 11. Valanciunas had 18 and 9. McCollum 23. Temple 11. You had Jackson Hayes with 14, 6, 8, 8. Just a well team effort there, like a very good team effort there. But down by 30 points though, like who saw that coming? Again, it's just part of the game. We have 3 games still. So the Nuggets are favorites, and they're up by 12 points. They were -11. So that's in jeopardy right now. Like, that's in jeopardy right now. We'll see, though. And then we got the Rockets and the Jazz blowing them out. They covering. So, yeah, man, we've had some weird scores today. We've had some weird stuff. LJ, name your son De'Aaron. Going with Leo Bias Jr. or the second. So my name isn't Leo. My name is Lionel. So he'd be just Leo, right? There's no junior to it. Like people can refer to him as Leo Jr. Just because I go by Leo to almost everybody, but my full name is Leonel, like the soccer player, like Leo Messi. It's Lionel Messi, right? Leonel is how you say it. Next Super Bowl day, I'm taking all the underdogs. Bagley with 10 points. That's funny. I saw that. I saw that, right? But yeah, man, it's I think we got a good show tonight. If Vince wants to come on after me and do a separate live and take phone calls from you guys, you're more than welcome to do it. Yeah, man. Tough night tonight. Hit the pockets clean, but we'll be back tomorrow. It's a grind, man. It's a grind, baby. Yeah, again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. If you guys didn't catch our NBA bets with Vince and myself, I've been stuttering all day today. Stressed. All good, man. See you guys tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm potentially thinking of doing like a watch party / post-game show from Medici. So if you guys want to come to the restaurant and join, that would be cool. Let me know. Still in the works in terms of if I want to do that. The game is probably like at 5, right? Let me see. The game will be at 5. Yes. So there it is. Potentially going with Medici. So put that on your calendars. Eat some good pizza. Join the live show live. Like, that'd be dope to get some of you guys into the show physically here on YouTube. Other than that, though, thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.